The number 4 pick in the 2021 NBA Draft burst onto the scene with averages of 15.3 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Enough to bring him home the Rookie of the Year. And yet just as people were beginning to proclaim Scottie a future star, these opinions began to waver after a stagnant second season. Yet this season, he's taken the leap. In this video, we're going to take a look at what Scottie has done that's turned him into an all-star level talent. If you follow the NBA closely, you've probably seen that Scottie Barnes embodies the word special in multiple ways. However, today we're just going to take a look at what makes him so special on the court. So far this season, Scottie's improved his averages in every major statistical category, while also improving his efficiency. He currently has a 7.1 box plus minus, which places him at 9th in the league, above notable players like Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And he's not just doing it on one end of the court. The reason for Scottie's improvements come on both sides of the ball. Let's look first at his defense. Scottie's always been a great defender, but with his physical tools, it would be more surprising if he wasn't. He's 6'9", 240 pounds with a 7'3" wingspan, and has impressive lateral quickness to boot. But still, Scottie capitalizes on these gifts with great instincts and IQ on that end. And this season, he's taking it to another level. So far, he's averaging 1.5 blocks and 1.5 steals a game. A sizable jump from his career averages of 1.1 steals and 0.7 blocks. He's tremendous off the ball, blocking shots as a help side defender or disrupting passing lanes. In this clip, Scottie starts low as the help side defender, then is put in a tough spot following this double team, where he's responsible for his own man low as well as the shooter in the corner. As Jones makes that swing pass, look how far away Scottie is on the catch. That should be a wide open three, but using his length, Scottie is somehow able to not only contest, but block the shot. This season, he's also made strides on the ball. He's cut his defensive rating from a 115 last season down to a 107 this season. His energy and physical tools make him an absolute pest, and one of the few players in the league that can truly guard 1 through 5. Here, he impressively stays in front of Jason Tatum, and then is strong and long enough to contest this shot. All this has led to an impressive jump from a career defensive box plus minus of a 0.3 to 2.7 this season, which puts him at 8th in the league. With how he's been playing on this end, he looks like a perennial all-defensive team member, and he's been coupling this play with a huge leap offensively. So far this season, Scottie's averaging just over 20 points a game to go along with 6 assists a game. This is about a 5-point jump from his career scoring averages and 2 more assists as well. He has the highest offensive rating of his career at a 117 and is 19th in the league with a 4.3 offensive box plus minus. Despite the fact that he's improved across the board on this end, there is without a doubt still one driving force behind the advancements he's made offensively: his greatly improved shooting. For his career, Scottie's a low volume 30% 3-point shooter, averaging about 0.8 makes on just under 3 attempts. However, this season, he's making just under 2 a game on 5 attempts, good for about 39%. And these makes aren't solely comprised of simple catch and shoots. You can tell the newfound confidence that Scottie has in his jump shot through the difficulty of some of these shots he's making. Look at this next clip, for example. As Scottie's bringing the ball up in transition, he sees that Giannis is overplaying his drive, so he simply steps back and swishes home the open 3. Similarly in this clip, PJ Tucker goes under the screen to protect the drive, so Scottie casually pulls up and knocks down this 30-footer. Both of these are shots he wouldn't have even thought about attempting his previous 2 seasons, but this year he's taking and making these shots with ease. The threat of his newfound jump shot has helped open up the other aspects of his game offensively. As defenders are forced into tighter closeouts, he's been more effective at attacking the rim. This clip is a perfect example. After this kickout, Kelly Oubre is forced into a long closeout, where he must sprint to contest this shot now that Scottie is a capable shooter. A slight head fake is enough to get Oubre in the air, then he uses his length for a nice finish over Embiid. It's also opened things up for him in the pick and roll. He's a matchup nightmare as both the ball handler and the screener. Before, teams consistently went under when he was the ball handler, but now they're forced to find new methods. As you can see here, he's great at using his size to hold off his defender when they fight over the top and laying the ball in the basket. And now, whether or not he's the ball handler or the screen setter, it's dangerous to switch because he's a matchup nightmare for both guards and bigs. The Bulls decide to switch Kobe White onto him, and this right here is the torture chamber, folks. Kobe's just too small, and Scottie scores this with ease. The inverse story is told in this clip. The Sixers switch Embiid onto Scottie after this ball screen, and he just lulls him away from the rim to hit this easy jump shot. Now that he's making these improvements, what's next for Scottie Barnes? When you look at Scottie's potential, he has all the makings to be one of the best two-way players in the league. But to get there, he needs to start being more aggressive offensively. Scottie's nature is to be a super unselfish pass-first player. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that. But for him to develop into the star that Toronto needs him to be, he needs to have a more assertive mindset. And assertiveness doesn't mean that he needs to compromise on his unselfish nature, but it does mean that he needs to be more demanding for the ball and understand when he needs to take over a game. Think of Nikola Jokic, who's a prime example of this. Currently his usage rate is only about 24.5%. Obviously, a lot of that is not on him. Part of that responsibility falls on the Raptors coaching staff and front office, as they need to recognize that Scottie's the future of the franchise, and therefore need to begin building around him by letting go of pieces like Pascal Siakam. I'm super excited to see what the future holds for Scottie, because he truly is one of the brightest young stars in the league. So that's all for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Scottie below. I'll be curious to see if you think he has the same potential that I do. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, I'd really appreciate if you liked and subscribed. If not, let me know what I can do better. I'm always open to constructive feedback. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.